Hello and good morning. It's July 9th. It's Tuesday, 9:50 a.m. And the markets, since last week after the Fed announcement, everything has been turning around. We're looking at the S&P now around 1650. The Russell is at 10,013 and the Nasdaq is almost at 3,000. We haven't done a good update on the Holy Grail because we were in trade management mode as well as just wait and watch kind of mode. Now we did close stock A for a $1,400 profit yesterday, and so that position is closed, and we booked in a profit of $1,400. Now, in this particular month, what we did was we had a margin of 50,000 and we split it up into stock A and stock B as usual. And now what we have is only stock B. And you can see right now stock B has a profit of 1,800. So the goal was to get 5%, which would be $2,500. And in this particular month, we wanted to show an example of how you could use a couple of different securities for this purpose. So what we did, so we had to, we were more watchful of the number of contracts on this because the commission costs were going to be high. And so that's why this month, the Grail trade has extended to about 41 days now, and it's probably going to go for another 1 week or so. And the goal is we have to get, the 5%. And because of the higher brokerage cost, and this is not a trade that you would do normally. This was done only for learning purposes. So when we put this trade on itself in the beginning, we clearly mentioned that this is not a trade that you want to put, but this for, just to understand what are the consequences of putting the Grail trade in this manner, we were going to do it. So regardless, you can see now stock B has a profit of all $1,800 right there today. So totally, we would have made $3,200. However, I think there is an opportunity to make some more. So what we are going to do today is close or rather book partial profit. So we're going to book about $1,400 profit. You can see that right here. I'm going to put in limit orders and try to book in about 1,400, perhaps 1,500 if we get a chance. And then if you add that profit to stock A, that becomes 2,900. That's a good 6% already, but I think we want to maximize what we can get because of slightly higher brokerage costs and because of the way we put the trade. This was more of a learning experience, so that's the way we wanted to put the trade. So right now, today we're going to book it. As of today, July 9th, we would have about $2,800 or $2,900 profit, which would be about 6%. So 6% so far, and we still have about 10 days to go. I think we can easily move that percentage up to about 8 or 9 perhaps. So that's the update on the Holy Grail, folks. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, info@optiontiger.com. And also, please visit the Holy Grail playlist. And if you have any other questions, just email me. Thanks. Bye-bye. Good morning, everybody. It's Harry Swaminathan. It's July 12th, Friday, and it's about 8:53 a.m. Markets have been going up. You can see the S&P is at 1675. The Nasdaq has clearly crossed 3,000, and the Russell's at 1033. So markets have been on an upward move. And in terms of our Holy Grail positions, let's see, we closed out stock A, and as of last week, we had about $2,800. Now, we also made some adjustments to stock B, and what we have is in stock B, now we've pocketed a total of, including stock A and stock B, it's about 3,500 right now. So that's about 7% on a margin of 50K that we started off with. We do have, because we closed stock A, we do have much more margin available. We still have 7 days left to expiry, and we are hoping to cash in another maybe percent or two if we can. So this trade this month, it's going into expiry, and we're going to hold it, I think, and try to get the maximum. Like we said, we had quite a few contracts this month. This was more of a learning experience trade rather than anything else. And so we are incurring more brokerage costs. And to make up for that, we want to hold it to expiry, because any option that expires worthless there's no commission costs on that. So that's the goal. So right now we are at 7%, and hopefully over the next 1 week, we are planning to cash in another percent or two if we can. If not, 6 to 7% is fine. We held the trade for a little bit longer this time. So this is already, we are in, I think, day 44 or so. So, and it's become more of a trade management issue at this point, and that's exactly, and sometimes it'll happen. You generally don't want to get into a trade management and go into expiry. So, for the Holy Grail, what you want to do is take your profits, quick profits, 2 trades a month, pick up your 5 to 7% or 8% and move on. However, this month, because of the way the trade was put, we had to hold it longer, and now we are going to hold it to expiry. So as of now, about 7%, and let's see, we'll make another video when we close out the trade. Thank you. Good morning, folks. It's Harry Swaminathan. Today is July 18th. It is a Thursday, and it's about 11:15 a.m. and we are closing out our trade on the Holy Grail for the month of June. So we had to hold this trade a little bit longer because of just how the way the trade had progressed. And as we said, this was more of a learning experience. So let me just recap what has happened. And this is exactly what you'll find if you get the Holy Grail strategy. So I think when the last time we made this video, we had like a 6 or 7% profits on this. After that, we closed out a couple of more positions, and the profits came down to about 4,000, came up to about 4,000, and now we are in the final leg of this trade. We're going to capture the balance, which is $1,000. So totally, we are ending up with a $5,000 profit on a $50,000 account, on a $50,000 margin for the trade. So that works out to 10% for this month's trade. But this month's trade was a little bit longer than 30 days. It went up to about 48 days or so. And you might see that occasionally. Hopefully you wouldn't, face that more than once a year or something like that. But in general, what you're going to see is trades getting closed out less than 30 days rather than more than 30 days. So, but regardless, sometimes that happens. And of course, this month we had to, because it was a learning trade, it was an experiment, and I wanted to show a couple of things to our subscribers. We did not put the trade in the normal way, and this month, so there has been quite a bit of brokerage cost because we were dealing with a lot of contracts. And so although the gross profit is 10%, probably the net might be about 6 or 7. But regardless, commissions are a cost of doing business. You obviously want to keep commission costs as low as possible. And in fact, if you can keep your commission cost to about 10 to 15% of your trade profits, then you're doing well. So on a profit of $5,000, what we would want to do is keep the commission cost to about 500, maybe 750. That is a very acceptable level of commission costs. Obviously, I think we have overshot that this time, and that's okay because it was a learning experience. It was an experiment. Now we've already gotten started on our July trade, and we are already up about 2 to 3% in just 2 days. We are already up 2 to 3% on this trade. So just to recap, in April, we had a 9%, in May, we had 10%, in June, we had 10%, and now the July trade, in 2 to 3 days, we already have about 3%. So we are not closing it. We want to get to about 4 to 5% before we close that trade and we put on a new one. But as you can see, there are more customer testimonials coming along, and there's one especially from one of the customers who's gotten the strategy now. It's been about a month since they were trading it, and you can see. I think I've sent out an email on that testimonial. This is a very viable, very practical, and it's pretty much a guaranteed shot to make your 5 to 10% a month. And as long as you follow the Grail principles, you pretty much get your shot at it. And of course, now I have my risk-free offer. So, if you have a $25,000 account, you're going to make up the investment into the Holy Grail strategy in 3 months. And I'm going to give you those 3 months trades. So everything that you are going to do is just all you need to do is follow me. And as long as you follow me, and you're going to recover the cost of the Holy Grail in 3 months or so. So that's the end of this month's trade. A little longer than expected, but we also got a 10% return, so nothing to sneeze upon. We'll look forward to seeing you on the July trade, which is obviously it's in the August expiry series, and we'll be documenting that as well. Thank you.